So here are our two packs. I picked these up off Amazon recently, although I've been seeing plenty of them at Target. So we have our Rose in first order disguise, as well as BB-8 and BB-9E, which is the first order BB droid. And then we have what seems to be a re-release, which is Chirrut and Baze here, although it looks like Baze has a extra accessory or something in there. So let's go ahead and open these up and take a look at these figures. First we have Rose, who is in her first order disguise, and she comes with a baton, which is very reminiscent of Akbar's staff from the vintage Return of the Jedi days. She comes with one of the little first order blasters as well that does fit right in her holster right there. The bottom of her skirt, if you will, is soft plastic so she can sit. The hat does not come off. The likeness is okay. It seems to me the other one was a little bit better. The sculpt looks good. Looks like the paint job could have been a little bit better on this figure. And I don't know if that's just mine or if that's in general. Otherwise, it's a pretty good figure. We haven't actually gotten the first order officer figure like this at all. So I suppose you could do some head swaps to have some more female first order officers if you'd like. We did get BB-8 in this as well, and BB-8 looks to be pretty much the same as a Force Awakens one. I'm not sure which Force Awakens BB-8 this is, but the antenna looks a little thicker, but it looks like the same figure. What I am noticing on this, though, is the silver accents seem to be a little bit shinier than on the Force Awakens. The Force Awakens here, it looks a little more gray, whereas this has a little bit more shiny silver. And we do have that little emblem for the Force Link, so we'll be checking out the sounds there. But we also get BB-9E in this, which is kind of a nice addition, instead of some giant extra accessory we didn't need. Obviously, we see him in the movie, so it's good to have that. Again, it is Force Awakens, or Force Link enabled. Has the same articulation as BB-8, not a surprise there. But we got that, and then we have this first order assault rifle, I guess you'd call it. I know they produced this with Last Jedi as well, or not Last Jedi, with Force Awakens. I'm just getting everything confused today. So we have seen this before, so it's really nothing new. So let's go ahead and check out the sounds that all these guys make with the Force Link. So we'll start with Rose here. Let's see, usually I have to just pick this thing up. There we go.
I'm ready for my mission. Quiet. We have to be careful. Quickly, stormtroopers are coming. Quiet. We have to be careful. Take cover. We have to get out of here. Take cover.
Doesn't sound like the actress herself.
I'm ready for my mission. Quiet. We have to be careful. Quickly, stormtroopers are coming.
So, not too exciting there. Let's try BB-8 here. What do you think his battle sounds are? Okay. Sounds like the electric. Oh, we got some good sounds for BB-8 there. It's kind of nice. Now, we got BB-9E here. Oh. Wow. Sounds like almost somebody's playing with an 80s synthesizer in some ways, doesn't it? So next we're going to take a look at the Baze and Chirrut 2-pack and see if this is worth picking up, or is this just the same as the figures we already have. So already looking at these, I find some improvements on both of them that I like, as opposed to the previous versions. The first being Chirrut gets a proper bow staff. The Rogue One release had this giant projectile launching crossbow thing that was just kind of awful. So here we get an actual kind of crossbow that he used in the film. Much better, I feel, to have, since we didn't get that previously. We do have his staff still. Baze, at first glance, looks exactly the same. However, what I like is that the chain that attaches his gun to his backpack, I don't know, it's an ammo chain or whatever, it's a little more pliable plastic, and so it's looser, so it moves around. Now, when we compare these to their Rogue One counterparts, their Rogue One release counterparts, I should say, so if we look at Baze here, I mean, they look practically the same, but as you can see, no, I get it right. I think this is the new one, yeah. Okay, yeah. The paint job on the new one, which is this one right here, looks to be a little bit better than the Rogue One release. With the original release, the chain wasn't, it's a much harder, stiffer plastic, so it's not as nice. Whereas, like I said, this moves around a lot more. I mean, his backpack still comes off. I'll show a little bit more with that in a minute. Nice detail, you know, still the same sculpt and everything. I just think the paint job is a little nicer on this. If we look at Chirrut, one of the things I noticed about Chirrut right away, he stands up. I know a lot of people felt with the original Chirrut release it was very hard to get him to stand up. I have my original Rogue One Chirrut right here. And I got him to stand up, and they're basically in the same pose, but you'll notice what I'm seeing is on the skirt here, it's you know, lined up correctly, whereas this one I had to kind of widen it, I had to play with it, or he just kept falling over. So that was kind of nice to see. Now, as far as likenesses and paint jobs, it looks about the same. Let me see if I can put them a little closer together so we see it a little bit better. I still think that the newer one has a slightly better paint job, although the Rogue One Chirrut still looked pretty good. So it's kind of nice to see. Now, with Baze, he has a little bit more. He has this giant accessory piece here as well. So we're going to go ahead and attach that and see what that looks like. So this kind of continues what we were seeing with the previous two packs where we got some big extra accessory. And this looks like basically Baze's backpack and gun on steroids, if you will. It's got more of a collar to go around to hold up. It still has a peg to go in the back. We still have that little piece sticking up, although it's silver instead of red this time. The chain is that pliable, and then it's this just huge gun that looks like it's been firing for a little while because it's all red in the front, which is kind of neat. Almost looked like that rotated, but I guess not. It attaches well with the figure. Does he stand well with it? That's always my question. No, not really. But, you know, it looks a little more in-universe than some of the other giant weird accessories we've gotten in the past. So it's, I guess, an okay addition, good for kids in some ways. I'll be sticking to his traditional look, if you will. So let's go ahead and check out the Force Link sounds for these two. So we'll take a look at Chirrut here.
I'm Chirrut Imwe. Follow Jin! Her path is clear! We're no friends of the Empire. Follow Jin! Her path is clear! We're no friends of the Empire.
First battle sound.
Follow Jin! The path is clear!
Sounds like we get his crossbow fired. Come on, work well.
I'm Chirrut Imwe. We're no friends of the Empire. Follow Jin! Her path is clear!
Did the same thing on.
I fear nothing.
There we go.
The Force is with me. I fear nothing.
Really?
The Force is with me.
No, I am with the oh, that's probably the biggest loss since we didn't tell that to Kanji Club. There's no I'm one with the Force is with me. That should have been with him. That's a disappointment. Let's take a look at Baze here.
Old nonsense. Makes me crazy. Move away!
Oh, the sound of his gun there.
Try not to get shot. Follow me. Don't get caught. Follow me.
Let's see what we got for battle sounds.
Try not to get shot. Move away!
Okay. Let's see what we get for him. Then his backpack makes sounds too. So it's kind of nice to get a little extra sounds with that extra backpack there. So that is my look at these two new 2-packs. My suggestions on these, the Rose pack is probably worth getting. It's mostly new figures, BB-8 being the only returning figure that we've had before. But you get the sounds on that through the Force Link, which is kind of nice. You get the extra first order assault rifle thingy. The Chirrut Imwe Baze, I would say that's questionable for many people. Do you need the Force Link sounds? It sounded like they were actually the voices from movies, which is nice. There were some updates to where you get Chirrut's crossbow correctly done, and you have that more pliable chain on Baze. A little bit better paint job, not a whole lot of difference on them though. Plus you get those, like I said, the Force Link sounds. So I would leave that up to you. I felt like I needed them as they were a little bit different, so I wanted to get them. But you know, that's up to you really on those. I would say if you're kind of that completist, you know, definitely the Rose pack for Chirrut and Imwe. It depends on if you need that crossbow and the Force Link sounds. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps you decide if you need to pick these up as well or not. And I've got some more videos coming up. Got some more Lego items, some more Bandai model kits, and of course more Hasbro. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to catch all my videos. Check out my past videos. I've got some great reviews in there of some older things. And as always, I welcome your comments. Thank you so much for watching.